It's game time at Team Toyota. Whether you're tailgating or heading into the stadium, dominate the road and drive like a champion in your new Toyota. Get off the sidelines and save thousands at Team Toyota. I-12 at O'Neill. Toyota, official automotive partner of the NFL.
A long way down. Central Police Chief Roger Corcoran is hoping to raise awareness about a dangerous stretch of road in his jurisdiction.
So you're talking about 1.5 feet drop off just to the asphalt over there where his tire went off. And that's just the asphalt section. That's not talking the deepage of the ditch. So, I mean, where do you go? When your tires go off, you end up in the ditch on the side.
The stretch of road Corcoran is referring to is between the 19,000 and 23,000 block of Greenwell Springs Rd, between Hooper and Wax Roads. In the previous year alone, Unfiltered with Kieran has covered several accidents on that stretch. A wreck involving Central High School football players. 18-wheelers flipped on their sides because of the narrow shoulders. Accidents that put the lives of Central school children in jeopardy. An Amazon driver whose car burned to a crisp after colliding with an out-of-control trailer. And then there are the deadly and serious crashes, unalterably changing families and the dynamic of the Central community as a whole, time and time again. The most recent accident along that road claiming the life of Juan Guerrera, a beloved father, dedicated EMT and fire rescue employee at Angola's Department of Corrections. Corcoran says Greenwell Springs isn't the only problematic area. He added the roadways in Central that cause the most issues all have one thing in common. They lack a shoulder.
These state roadways that have absolutely no shoulder and no room for error. We're having some bad crashes, in which we just had another fatality on Greenwell Springs Road this past week. And something has to be done about this road. DOTD has to step in and do something. Either add culverts on that side of the sides of the roadway, because there are places where there's a 4-foot drop off and there's only an inch from the asphalt to the drop off. So if your tire goes off, it's a crash. And we don't need to get anybody else hurt. I know it's an expensive fix, but what is somebody's life?
And because of those issues, the number of wrecks across Central is only rising.
We're up from last year's numbers, but for the entire year, I mean, we're going to be well up there for this year. If we already have that many, 511 so far. We're going to be up numbers. We're going to be hitting 700 wrecks easy. And that's just for the city of Central, within the city limits.
Rodney Mallett with Louisiana's Department of Transportation Development says overhauling that section of road is more difficult than it may appear.
You would have to buy right-of-way, we'd have to fill in the drainage, and we'd have to pave it. And all of that will cost, there's a cost associated with that, but also buying people's property. You have to go through a process to do that. And also, if you're going to impact the drainage, there is effects with that. So it's not something that we can just go out and do immediately, but it's something that we can look at. But one of the things that we can do, and we are looking to do, is some low-cost safety improvements, such as putting rumble strips on the fog line and maybe some additional brighter type of striping. So we're looking to do those type of safety improvements in this area.
Residents along Greenwell Springs Road, hoping for an immediate solution to the dangerous road, may be forced to keep waiting, however.
The project is set to go to bid in 2 years.
East Baton Rouge Parish, where Central is located, also has the highest car accident rate in the state of Louisiana. 275 licensed drivers per 1,000 there were involved in accidents in 2023. Of the 799 people who died in fatal crashes across the state last year, 68 were killed in East Baton Rouge Parish, the highest in the state. Mallett said it is a busy stretch of road along Greenwell Springs, but said data shows it is not especially problemsome.
I did look at the crash data. They have about 14,000 cars a day going through here, And last year there were, it's about a 3-4 mile stretch that we looked at, and they had about 26 crashes, which is about on par with that stretch of 2-lane highway with the rest of the state. But that's not to say that we don't need to make or can't go and make these safety improvements with the reflectors and the rumble strips.
Last week's fatal accident involving Juan Guerrera is an example of the kinds of issues drivers and law enforcement are forced to deal with along Greenwell Springs.
A young man was traveling south on Greenwell Springs Road in the 21,000 block, and his tires went off the west side of the roadway, which there's a straight drop off at the edge of the asphalt. It's almost a 4-foot drop off. When he tried to correct, he overcorrected, which brought him into the northbound lane of travel in the direct path of the 4-door pickup truck, and they hit head on. When they hit head on, of course, the young man in the SUV passed away at the hospital, and the people in the other vehicle, they were also injured. The lady in the vehicle, she had to be airlifted because of her, and she had serious injuries. There was 2 other adults in that vehicle, along with an infant. The infant was buckled in, and the young adult in the vehicle was buckled in. The adult driver and the lady that was injured, they were not buckled.
Ultimately, Corcoran says it's up to drivers to pay attention. And with the rise of cell phones and map applications, there have never been more distracted drivers on roadways than there are now.
Please stay off the phone when you're on these roadways, especially Greenwell Springs Road. Greenwell Springs Road has little error. You will end up in the ditch or in the path of someone else. We don't need any other fatalities. We don't need any other wrecks.
Reporting with Unfiltered with Kieran in Central, I'm Kieran Chawla.